There's a critical mistake, a tiny detail so subtle that most men make it when they hug a woman without even noticing. In that brief second, her subconscious mind immediately makes a judgment. This man doesn't carry real masculine energy. What's even more surprising is that very few men on this planet truly understand how to hug a woman properly. Most guys simply improvise. They imitate what they've seen in movies or what their friends do, completely unaware that they might be killing attraction before they've even spoken a single word. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 3 dangerous types of hugs that can instantly destroy chemistry. I'll explain exactly what each one signals to her subconscious mind. Then I'll reveal the 4th hug, the one almost nobody discusses. This 4th hug is what separates the men who stay in her memory for weeks from the ones she forgets the moment she walks away. Stay with me until the end, because this one small detail can completely transform how women respond to you, not only in hugs, but in every interaction you have. Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Rose, your trusted guide when it comes to female psychology and social dynamics. Over the past 8 years, I've been studying what women actually feel in their bodies when they're around men, the things they rarely, if ever, say out loud. I've worked with thousands of women through private sessions, and today I'm sharing the raw, unfiltered truth with you. No judgment and no fluff. Before we get started, I want you to hear something clearly. If you've gotten this wrong before, if you've given one of those awkward hugs that made her pull back or suddenly go cold, it isn't your fault. No one ever taught you. School didn't. Your father probably didn't either. Society filled your head with rules like be nice, respect women, don't be creepy, but it completely skipped the chapter about confident masculine physical contact. So take a breath for a moment, because starting today, that changes. Let me introduce the core principle that explains everything you're about to learn. Women feel first, and only afterward do they think. While you're standing there analyzing the moment, should I go for the hug? Is this the right time? What if she doesn't like it? Her brain has already made its decision. Her limbic system, the ancient emotional center of the brain, activates in less than 4 seconds. That's biology, that's science, and that's why logic doesn't matter nearly as much as you might believe. A hug is like rocket fuel for that primitive emotional system. It bypasses conversation, clever lines, and all the game. In less than 4 seconds of physical contact, her body is already answering questions she didn't even realize she was asking. Does this man make me feel safe? Does he carry a real presence? Does he know exactly who he is? You could be funny, successful, tall, wealthy, whatever, but if the hug goes wrong, her body overrides everything else and places you into the category of safe but not exciting, or worse, forgettable. If this is already starting to make sense to you, do me a quick favor and hit the like button right now. It tells the algorithm to show this video to more men who need to hear it, and it motivates me to keep sharing these deeper truths every single week. All right, let's talk about the mistakes you might be making without realizing it. Error number 1, the weak hug. You've probably given this one before, and you've definitely received it. Arms barely making contact, bodies staying far apart, and the pressure so light it feels like you're afraid she might break. Sometimes it's the classic one-armed side hug, the polite courtesy hug, or you awkwardly pat her back like she's your grandmother. Psychologically, this hug communicates hesitation, uncertainty, and a lack of masculine presence. Her subconscious immediately interprets it as he's unsure of himself. He doesn't trust his own strength. She may never consciously say those words, but the feeling sticks. She'll feel slightly underwhelmed, maybe even a little bored, and that small seed of doubt tends to grow with each interaction afterward. I've had women tell me after a date, he was nice, but something just felt off. 9 times out of 10, that strange feeling started with a weak hug. Error number 2, the aggressive hug. This is the opposite extreme, and it can be just as damaging. You squeeze far too hard, hold on for too long, or worst of all, your hands begin drifting to places that have no business being part of a greeting hug. Listen carefully, that's not masculine intensity. That's crossing boundaries. What does her body register in that moment? Discomfort, a lack of social awareness, and a silent question that instantly kills attraction. Does this guy even respect my boundaries? The moment that doubt appears, whatever spark might have been forming disappears immediately. I've seen men who were a 10 on paper lose a woman forever because of a single over-the-top squeeze. Her nervous system shifted into protection mode and never returned. Error number 3, the ghost hug. This one is the most overlooked killer and hardly anyone talks about. You're physically there, but mentally you're somewhere else. Maybe you're glancing over her shoulder at the room. Maybe your body feels stiff, you're holding your breath, or you pull away instantly as if you touch something hot. It's physical presence without emotional presence, and she notices it immediately. The message her body receives is simple. He's not really here. I don't matter in this moment. Ironically, this can hurt women even more than the weak or aggressive hug because it feels like rejection while you're still touching her. In today's world of constant phone notifications and endless distractions, the ghost hug is everywhere, and it quietly ruins chemistry again and again. Now let's talk about what actually changes everything, the real masculine hug, the fourth type, the one almost nobody teaches. This dynamic of presence and deep connection is something I explore in much greater detail inside my full program, Secrets of Attraction. But today, I'll give you the core principle you can start using immediately. A masculine hug is firm, intentional, and grounded. You don't wait awkwardly for her to initiate it. Instead, you lead with calm confidence. Your feet are planted about shoulder-width apart, knees relaxed, spine straight. Physical stability signals emotional stability, and her body picks up on that before her conscious mind even processes it. One hand rests between her shoulder blades, strong, warm, and protective. The other hand settles at the middle of her upper back. Your chest meets hers, applying steady, consistent pressure. Not crushing, but definitely present. Most importantly, you are completely there in the moment. And here's the detail that 99% of men miss. You breathe. Slow, deep, relaxed breaths. Your breathing keeps your nervous system calm, and calmness is contagious. When she feels your chest rising and falling steadily, her own body begins to mirror that rhythm. That's the moment genuine connection begins. The ideal duration? Around 2 to 4 seconds, long enough for her nervous system to register, this man knows exactly what he's doing, but short enough that the moment never becomes awkward. You're the one who ends the hug, not her. Release gently, allowing your hands to slide naturally down her arms as you step back. Hold eye contact for 1 extra second, then give a relaxed, confident smile and maybe a hey or whatever fits the situation. The way you finish the hug is just as powerful as how you start it. Every hug becomes a preview of the kind of man you are, a tiny expression of your entire character. She may never analyze it consciously, but the feeling will stay with her for the rest of the evening, the next day, and the next time she sees you. Starting today, you have an advantage that most men will never have, simply because they don't even realize this detail exists. If you're watching this and thinking, wow, I've been doing this wrong my entire life, go ahead and hit the like button again so I know this message is reaching the right people. And if you want more game-changing insights like this every week, the kind of things women feel but rarely know how to explain, then subscribe to the channel right now. Tap the bell icon and turn on all notifications so you never miss the next video. Next week, I'll be revealing another hidden trigger that women feel instantly when they meet you, something powerful enough to flip the friend zone into I can't stop thinking about him in a single conversation. But until then, start practicing the masculine hug. Use it the next time you greet someone, whether it's a date, a friend, or even a coworker. You'll feel the difference immediately, and so will she. Leave a comment right now and tell me, which of the 3 bad hugs have you been most guilty of? And are you ready to start using the real masculine hug tonight? I read every single comment and reply to as many as I can because I want to know where you're at. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. That alone puts you in the top 5% of men who actually take action. You're different. Keep showing up, keep improving, and I'll see you in the next video. This is Rose, signing off. Did you know that approximately 85% of men don't even realize they're being cheated on? This truth sounds a little shocking, doesn't it? But there's no need to worry, because today I'm going to share some important things that can completely change the way you view your relationship. If you want to move forward in life, don't forget to like and subscribe. Now, let's get straight to the point. Men, listen carefully because what I'm about to share could hold the key to understanding some deep secrets about women's behavior. You've probably heard that women are very adept in hiding their true intentions. This isn't just a saying. When it comes to infidelity, women are often more silent and discreet than men. While some men leave obvious signs when they cheat, many women have an almost art-like ability to conceal their actions. But don't lose heart. Today, I'm going to share 6 common signs women use when cheating, things men often overlook. Imagine your partner's words hiding clues you never took seriously. Do you really know what's going on in your relationship? Has your partner ever said any of these things and you never suspected anything? Don't miss a beat because this information could make the difference between living a lie and discovering the truth that could change your life forever. So, let's get started. 1. He understands me so well. If your partner repeatedly mentions another person, especially in a positive or complimentary tone, it could be a warning sign. Words like, "he understands me so well" may seem innocent at first, but they often have a deeper meaning behind them. This could be a sign that she's developing an emotional connection with that person, a connection that could deepen over time. This isn't just a comparison. It could be a subtle sign that there's someone outside the relationship who understands her more than you do. It could also be the beginning of emotional or physical infidelity, indicating that she's distancing herself from you and seeking solace elsewhere. If you notice her repeatedly comparing you to someone else or praising them excessively, it's important to understand who that person is and what role they play in her life. Be vigilant and try to understand the situation better to protect your relationship. 2. Don't worry, I'm just going out with friends. This statement may sound perfectly normal, but it can hide complexities and potential dishonesty. Often, people who want to hide something resort to everyday excuses to conceal the truth. Saying, "I'm just going out with friends" sometimes becomes a way to avoid further questions or suspicion. This gives him freedom to do things outside the house that might not be as straightforward as they seem. If you hear this phrase repeatedly or notice some inconsistencies in his words, it's important to be cautious. The continued use of this excuse, especially with vague details, could be a sign that something isn't right. Paying attention to these small details can protect the integrity of your relationship. 5. I think we should take some time apart. When a partner suggests taking a break, it may seem like a sincere attempt to resolve relationship issues. However, there may be more complex motives behind it. This break sometimes becomes an opportunity for a partner to commit infidelity without direct intervention. Sometimes it may be a way to test your reaction, prepare for the future, or alleviate guilt. If this suggestion comes suddenly and without any apparent reason, it's important to consider whether there's more to it than just a need for space. 6. You deserve someone better than me. When someone says, "you deserve someone better than me," it may seem humility or regret, but often there's a deeper meaning behind it. It's often a subtle admission that they're aware of some wrongdoing, such as an affair, and now want to step back from responsibility. By saying this, she may be indirectly preparing for a breakup. On the surface, it may seem like an honest admission of her shortcomings, but in reality, it could be a strategy to reduce her guilt. 7. Why are you always ready to fight? Why can't we just have peace? When a partner is cheating, they often resort to conflict or tension to escape their guilt. They may say words like, "Why are you always ready to fight" when you disagree on even a small matter? This may actually be an attempt to shift the blame on you. This makes them feel that you're responsible for the relationship's problems. Sometimes they may deliberately start arguments over small things to create a negative atmosphere in the relationship, and that atmosphere becomes an excuse for their infidelity. 8. You don't need to check my phone. Don't you trust me? People who cheat often suddenly become very sensitive about their privacy. Even if you ask a simple question about their phone or messages, they can immediately become defensive and accuse you of mistrust. "Don't you trust me?" This can become a powerful emotional weapon. Using it, they can avoid your directness and make you feel guilty. This makes you feel uncomfortable and prevents you from asking further questions. If their behavior has suddenly become more secretive than before, and they react emotionally to even simple questions, you need to be cautious. All of these things have their own significance and could potentially have hidden meanings, so understanding these signs can be crucial for the health of your relationship. The question now is, have you ever heard any of these things before? Remember,
Awareness is the first step to protecting what truly matters to you.